It's time to rank the fighters in the maximum tournament from weakest to strongest. This arc is the final one in the first manga series titled Grappler Baki, and I'll be using the power showcase during this arc to rank them, nothing that comes later. The tournament was meant to have 32 fighters, but there were some switch outs and replacements throughout the tournament, so there was around 35 fighters in total, and if I'm being completely honest, I only ranked the top 20 because below that is just trash and are all kinda irrelevant characters that just got created to get destroyed at 0 difficulty. But now, onto the ranking. Help me reach my 2021 goal of 100k subscribers by subscribing if you're new to the channel or you just haven't already. It's free, easy to do. Also consider checking out the description for the Discord server and my Twitter. Now, enjoy the video. At rank 20, I decided to go for the character known as Richard Filth, who faced Doppo in the first round. Their fight was a lot more different to many of the other fights throughout the tournament. It was more a brawl or a respectful punch back and forth between the two. For example, Doppo would punch Richard with all his force and then allow Richard to punch him back with all his force until one character actually dropped and was defeated. He was able to tank multiple attacks from Doppo and cause Doppo to feel immense pain and actually fall to his knees after leaving the ring after claiming victory, which I guess is pretty impressive. At rank 19, I decided to go for Iron Michael. He was able to pass the first round by defeating Absolute Trash, and then in the second round was defeated by Shiba, pretty high difficulty, with there having a lot of back and forth between the two and Iron Michael showing a lot of power throughout this fight, being able to do an insane amount of damage to Shiba. At rank 18, I decided to go for the Yasha Ape Jr. The Yasha Ape Jr. could have gone high on this list, possibly even top 10, but due to the way it was destroyed by Katsumi, I didn't really feel comfortable putting it any higher, so rank 18 is probably a low ball, but I feel comfortable leaving it there. At rank 17, I decided to go for Motorbay. So Motorbay was destroyed in the first round by a random sumo wrestler, but regardless of that, he's still a pretty strong character that faced Yujiro prior to the maximum tournament. Did, I guess, okay against Yujiro for, you know, how good a character can do against Yujiro, which is pretty much getting destroyed. But as we know, Motorbay later on with weapons, with setup, is probably top 10, maybe even top 5. But without weapons, without setup, he's kinda trash tier, gets destroyed by this random sumo wrestler. So yeah, Motorbay is rank 17, and then rank 16 is the sumo wrestler who destroyed him. Can't put Motorbay above the sumo wrestler who destroyed him, it's pretty obvious. At rank 15, I have Mount Toba. He was a replacement fighter that stepped in the second round. I believed he's way past his prime and was destroyed pretty easy difficulty by Kairetsu, but still, Mount Toba is a respected fighter, respected by a large variety of people throughout the series. Is pretty decent, probably stronger than the people below him, and definitely the ones that aren't in the top 20. Mount Toba, pretty respectable. He just isn't in his prime anymore, and of course he has that weak knee that many people use as a weak point for him. At rank 14, I decided to go for Zulu. He was actually able to defeat a Baki when he wasn't ready, so Zulu is pretty much rank 1 on this list because he defeated the winner of the maximum tournament, even though he did kind of cheat there and then later got destroyed by Baki. But Zulu, a bit crazy but very impressive in the way he fights and took out Baki, or took Baki by surprise. So yeah, respect to our boy Zulu. At rank 13 and 12, I have the two brothers, Dr. Boy and the Cord Cutter. They faced each other in the first round with Cord Cutter defeating his brother, even though I think Dr. Boy probably could have defeated Cord Cutter in that battle. It doesn't matter which one of the two you put above each other, that is ranked 12 and 13, pretty much a shame, but Cord Cutter did beat him, so I'm going to put him above, but Dr. Boy is respected by Yujiro of all people. That's pretty impressive of him, but he was defeated, so yeah, those two ranked 12 and 13. At rank 11, I decided to go for Shiba, having two of the most crazy and brutal fights throughout the whole maximum tournament. This is a crazy mad lad that actually gained respect from Hanayama by just being a crazy mad lad, so you know, respect to our boy Shiba. At rank 10, I decided to go for the wrestler Igari. He destroyed Trash in the first round, destroyed the sumo wrestler who defeated Motorbay in the second round, and then was defeated in the third round by our boy Baki. Very impressive, respected by a large variety of the people throughout the series, and is out of his prime as well in this series, so yeah, still pretty impressive and a strong character. At rank 9, I have Yu, who was actually brought to the tournament by Yujiro, which I guess is pretty impressive. Destroyed Trash in the first round, and then was defeated by Doppo Baki in the second round, and even in the second round was able to do pretty decent injuries to Doppo until the end of the fight, where he was kind of trying to bait Doppo to give up fighting, saying his injuries are too much for him, he can't keep on fighting, and then Yujo just came in and one-shot Yu, calling him trash, and that was the end of him, never seen again. But yeah, he was pretty impressive. Maybe could have defeated a lot of other characters if he didn't face Doppo in the second round. So yeah, pretty cool character, and the fact that Yujo respected him kinda at the start just shows how strong he truly was, even though Yujo just one-tapped him at the end in this crazy little scene. But yeah, pretty cool and worthy of rank 9. At rank 8, I decided to go for Hanayama. So in the first round, destroyed Trash. In the second round, was defeated by Katsumi Orochi, who he probably could have defeated if it wasn't due to his fighting style, but Hanayama fights pretty stupid like he did against Katsumi Orochi, why he lost against Katsumi Orochi. And then later in the tournament, he was one-shot by Alexander Garland. So Hanayama got disrespected quite a bit throughout the Maximum Tournament, and is probably one of the characters who has got the biggest buff from the Maximum Tournament to the current Baki era in power and, you know, support from the author and everything regarding that. But yeah, Hanayama, not the most impressive fighter throughout the Maximum Tournament in my opinion, and not the strongest at this point in the series. And then at rank 7, I decided to go for Katsumi Orochi. Destroyed Trash in the first round, also defeated the Yash Ape with pretty much 0 difficulty. Defeated Hanayama, super high difficulty. Probably would have lost if Hanayama didn't pretty much let Katsumi win. And then in the third round, he was defeated by Kairetsu, pretty much 0 difficulty, mainly due to his injuries and how much stronger Retsu really was compared to Katsumi at this point in the series. At rank 6, I have Alexander Garland, who was actually a replacement for both fighters in the second fight. The fight between Shiva and Michael ended with Shiva winning, but his injuries were too serious that he had to pretty much withdraw, and then Alexander Garland came in and replaced him. And then shortly after that, he was able to one-shot a injured Hanayama, which is very impressive. And then in the third round, he was defeated by Jack Hanma. Pretty high difficulty, being able to do a lot of damage to Jack Hanma. So yeah, Alexander Garland, pretty underrated. I wish we got to see more of him later on in the series. He's kind of forgotten about like many of the other characters, but yeah, pretty impressive character. At rank 5, I decided to go for Doppo. Doppo at this point in the series is way past his prime, but I still consider him a top 5 fighter and better than his son Katsumi. And he also had one of the hardest brackets throughout this tournament to actually win. Round 1, he faced Richard Filth, where he pretty much allowed Richard to get the advantage by fighting in the way he fights instead of using his karate or, you know, everything else Doppo can use, which would probably destroy Richard Filth. But Raw Power defeated him, took a little bit of damage. In the second round, faced Yu, took even more damage. In the third round, which in my opinion is probably the best or second best fight in this whole tournament, where he faced Goki and lost super high difficulty. There was a big back and forth between the two, absolute height fight, but yeah, Doppo lost in the third round to Goki. At rank 4, I have Retsu. In the first round, he defeated Irrelevant Trash. In the second round, he was able to defeat Toba, 0 difficulty. In the third round, he was able to defeat a injured Katsumi Orochi, 0 difficulty. And then in the fourth round, was defeated by Baki Hanma, who pretty much did some super insane training prior to pretty much counter everything Kairetsu had. He could have probably defeated everyone else below him. There could be an argument whether he was able to defeat Doppo, but honestly, Retsu is pretty much in his prime here, while Doppo isn't. So yeah, I put Retsu above Doppo, and he did kinda okay against Baki, not really, but still respectable and worthy of rank 4 in my opinion. At rank 3, I have Goki. Defeated Trash in the first round. In the second round, defeated the Cord Cutter. In the third round, was able to defeat Doppo super high difficulty. In the fourth round, was defeated by Jack Hanma, with Goki doing pretty decent against Jack, even with all his injuries he got from Doppo in the round prior. So yeah, respect our boy Goki. I would place him above Retsu, but there could very well be an argument that Goki is below, but I honestly prefer Goki over Retsu in the Maximum Tournament. And then at rank 2, of course, is Jack Hanma. Defeated Trash in the first round, defeated Trash in the second round, defeated Alexander Garland in the third round, defeated Goki in the fourth round, and then was defeated by Baki super high difficulty in the final. As a whole, an absolute monster throughout the Maximum Tournament, the most shine he's got throughout the whole series, the most impressive he's been throughout the series. Ever since then, he's kind of been a downward slope, a few dubs here and there, but ever since the end of the Maximum Tournament, with him, you know, getting destroyed by by Yujiro after getting destroyed by Baki is pretty much the downhill slope of Jack. If you haven't already, make sure to check out my Jack Hanma needs redemption video after this. But yep, on to rank 1, which of course is our boy Baki. Defeated Trash in the first round, defeated underrated Zulu in the second round, defeated Igari in the third round, defeated Retsu in the fourth round, and defeated Jack Hanma super high difficulty, with him unlocking his demon back in the final. But yep, that's my weakest to strongest power ranking for the maximum tournament fighters during the maximum tournament era. Let me know your thoughts of this down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, join the Discord, and yep, that's it guys, peace.